What's going on, everybody? It's Charlie doing another vlog here. Today is Thursday and no sales meetings today, which means I get to do a little bit more research and work and prospecting and follow-up. So it's already 11:30. The reason for that is I had to run to the bank and then I did a little mental health stuff. I actually drove up to my mom's old house, the house I grew up in, just to take a look at it. 'Cause I felt like it. I don't know. It's been one of those weird days where I just got really nostalgic and kind of thought about my old house because I always really loved that house. So I just wanted to go see it because when I was younger, like 18, 19, I always imagined living in that house still, and owning it and raising my family in it. Because it's this really nice country home. The closest neighbor's like half a mile away. There's a huge beaver pond in the backyard that's just beautiful. Lots of wildlife. It's bordered on three sides by Green Mountain National Forest, so there's no neighbors, there's no anything. You can barely hear the highway that's like 3 miles away. So I miss it, and I wanted to go see it again, so I did. Yeah, and that was important to me today. It was. So I did that. And that, that feels really good, I have to admit. Because if I was at a day job and I wanted to do that, I wouldn't be able to. It would be months before I'd be able to find the extra 2 hours during the day when the sun was out so that I could go and just take a drive like that. I might not even get to do it in general. So that was really nice, I have to admit. But that to me is like, that's wealth, right? Because what a lot of people miss with wealth, right, with money, is they feel like the only way it can be measured is in dollars and cents. And what you have to remember is like, let's go 10 years into the past, okay? When you go 10 years into the past and you imagine someone making a video like this, of this quality, right, and recording it and then posting it online, it would have cost them $2,000 or $3,000, right, to buy a decent camera, to have some type of uploading software, because smartphones weren't quite a thing 10 years ago. They'd have to upload it to their computer. That computer would have to be able to parse. I'm forgetting the word. Render. That computer would have to be able to render the footage, and then you would be able to upload it. For me now, I have an $800 phone that also works as my address book, my secondary computer, my remote control for my TVs, etc., etc. And it also has this super high quality camera that also allows me to render this footage and upload it to YouTube, right? That's wealth, okay? That's more wealth than we had 10 years ago as a society, just because people are able to do this all the time. Wealth for me, personally, right, is the fact that I have that freedom to be able to do exactly what I want to do during the day. To be able to do exactly what I want to do pretty much all the time, right? Because when you work at a day job, or even when you just work for someone else in general, that's not the case, right? You don't always have that type of freedom. And I do, like almost always. Very rarely am I like, oh, I have to do this, I have to make sales calls and sales meetings and meet with and talk with clients, right? But I can do that from anywhere. So sometimes we'll be on the road to see my wife's parents, and I'll be making sales calls. We'll be going on vacation, and I'll be making sales calls. Oftentimes I'm in my pajamas when I'm making sales calls. Oftentimes I'll be playing a video game, make a sales call, and go back to playing the video game. That's wealth, right? Like, having that complete, absolute freedom, you can't really put a dollar sign on that. Like, sure you can. You could say, like, if I worked more, I'd make more money, which is definitely true. But being able to do that is a wealth to me. And the biggest one, and the reason why I developed this business, is because I get to drop my daughter off at school every morning, and I pick her up every afternoon. And for some of you guys who maybe have wealthier parents or a stay-at-home mom or whatever, or maybe, you were in that situation yourselves, you might be like, well, whatever, big deal. But to us, the only way this household worked is if we both had full-time jobs, or at least full-time income. Thanks to this business, I make full-time style income working 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, and then doing some clerical stuff at night as I can. That wasn't possible with a day job, Not many people who run companies are okay. They're like, hey, can I come in like at 9 and leave at like 2, and I promise I'll get other work done at night? Like, no. Nobody's cool with that. And so that's another reason why I built this company. And that's really cool. Like right now, today, based on things I've learned and stuff that I'm working on, my focus for the day is going to be to catch up on follow-up calls and then to work on some new client acquisition stuff, which I'm really excited about. Basically, what I'm working on is using more quant-based information to get higher ticket clients. Just being like, yeah, this is exactly how your ads are doing and it's bad. Let me show you how we're going to fix it. So that's really exciting. I'm going to be working on that for the next couple of hours, and that's about it. So I guess there's some other stuff I wanted to talk about today, like media fasting is one big thing I wanted to bring up with you guys. So over the past 3 or 4 months, I've probably read 10 or 11 nonfiction books. Some about marketing, some about business, some about sales, some philosophy books, history books, no fun storybooks. Haven't read them. I've been digging through business podcasts, marketing podcasts, just very, very, very data heavy, right? For like the past 3 or 4 months. And I don't know how much you guys read, but I know with me, I get to a point eventually where my brain just kind of it stops caring. I think it's the best way to put it. My brain is just like, nah, I ain't about this. Like, I don't want any more information about fucking business. I'm done. So today, I bought a book on Audible that is just complete sci-fi drivel, and I intend to listen to that and only that until it's done, and then I'll probably do the next one in the series as well. And the reason for that is that my brain needs a break. I need to stop trying to absorb more information when it's not particularly helpful to my situation. Just in time information as opposed to just in case information is a way to think of it. And this is a tactic I've used many, many times because it's very, very easy to be like, oh, this next book will have the thing I need, and then I'll get started. Oh, this next little bit of information will have everything I need, and then I'll get started. Oh, this next podcast with so-and-so, he knows what my problem is. He'll have the answer, and he'll get me started. Don't do that. Speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to anybody who's watching. reading good books is excellent, but getting bogged down by data is not. And so, if anything, in this cycle of bogged downedness, I have caught it too late. Usually I'll like read 2 or 3 books and be like, too much, and take it easy. But I've been just gobbling up books lately, which I think is just because I'm excited about how the business is going. I want it to grow, this and that. So it's all very good, but I shouldn't be doing that. So that's that. Working towards that stuff. And also, just kind of excited about figuring out some other things and going on this media fast. So I'm going to go listen to my book. I'm going to send some follow-up and prospecting emails, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.